How's it going? This is David, your U.S. representative for QSP Knife. We're going to run over a knife that has been around for a while, but still a great knife, still one of our higher sellers for the Hawk. There's going to be a lot of different models, so we're going to check all of these out. We are going to be running through also some of the ones that are coming out August 1st, coming out with Keanu. So you're going to have all these ones here. So you have the Kali, there's going to be a few different options there. You have the Ripley and also the Turtle Punk, which is this guy over here. Great thing about some of the ones that are ceramic coated. So if you have not had ceramic coated knives, these are going to be just a little bit more textured. And also it doesn't have the same fingerprinting as you would on any other blade. So that's, I think for me, that's one of the biggest benefits to the ceramic coating, because as you see on this one, this is going to be just a stone wash finish, and then you're going to just be able to just fingerprint it all up. So if you do not like having fingerprints on your knife, check out some of the ceramic coated ones that are coming out, and this should be out August 1st. So check out on the website, qspknife.com. Also going to be at the dealers, but these are going to be all the Hawks that we're going to run through. So Hawks run in price point anywhere from $54 all the way up. So now it has a really wide range, $54.98 all the way up to $140.95. So it does have a big range on it. So we will go through those one at a time and kind of give you some highlights of it, and then give you an idea as far as what it looks like. So you can get an idea. So if you want to pick one of these up, they are available on the website currently, and then you can also find them at the dealer network. So let's get into these. If you guys have any questions, do let me know in the comments, and we'll work on getting it done. Almost to 1,000 subscribers, so that'll be great. We can actually live stream from mobile devices when we're out in town, out at shows. That'll help out quite a bit. So we're going to jump into these for the Hawk. That's going to be the 131 for the model number, and these are going to be ones that have been around for a while, but they are continuing to be produced, so they're not old stock or anything. So that's one thing you don't need to worry about. So budget side of things, you're always going to normally see it in the black box. Premium side of business is going to be in the pull-out drawer, more of that that khaki brown box. So that's going to be the difference on those. So if you do see them out in the wild, that's where you're going to see as far as just an easy, quick way to say which one is going to be the budget side of things. So you have Micarta on this side for handle. You have brass. You also have copper, Micarta. So I had to look that up, see what that is, ebony as well. So you're going to have different ones available to you. So this is going to be that wood. So you're going to have it right here, just a wood scale chart. So this is kind of the pressure it takes and the hardness. So this is actually quite a hard wood when it comes to the material. And then that's where this is available on Elemental Woods.com. So they have a product database. So just that was one good resource that I found online for that. But that's going to be that material. Then we're going to roll into, so all these are going to be 14C28. So the budget side, that's where you're going to sit. So those different handle materials are going to just have this 14C28 blade. And then you're going to move up to the other one. So these are going to be an S35 VN. So if S35 is kind of your go-to, your baseline, I won't buy any knife if it's not S35, S30 or higher. This is going to be the category that you're going to look for. And this is going to be with the shred carbon fiber, also with the laminated Damascus. We also have some of those in here for Damascus blades. You also have Vera wood, Cocobolo, marbled carbon fiber. So a lot of different styles here. So we'll get right into it, and then so you can see them in person. I'll clear the table, and then we'll kind of go through the line up. So the first one up is going to be the one with Micarta. So this is going to be the 131G, again 14C28N for the blade steel. So this is going to be that guy here. So it's going to be that drop point blade. This one's going to be that satin finish. And it's going to be right hand carry. So all the models are going to be right hand carry. That's one thing with the Hawk. So they are going to be just that single point for the carry on these guys. There's going to be liner locks. And then you're going to have both the flipper tab and also a thumb stud. So you do have both options within that starting range of $54, and then on up to that premium end. So you have both methods of deployment, and this comparison to the standard size Penguin and also that Ripley that's coming out. So that's going to be the 131G. So 131H, it's also going to be a Micarta 14C28. So nice materials for the Micarta. You're going to have a good pattern for the scale, so it's going to be also always nice for a good grip on your knife. So that's going to be what you're going to have for the micarta. So that's what you're going to be having for the micarta. So it's going to be that green color. This is fairly smooth, so it's not going to be a burlap micarta for the material. But it is going to be one that will provide some grip when also wet or anything else that you're working with. But it does have, again, those type of things. It does have a jimping up on the front side here, so if you're going to be putting it to use, it does have a good jimping point there. A good size for it. Now, so mine's a large size hand, kind of a smaller fingers, but that's going to be what it looks like here. For the hand sizing for things, so we're going to look at this real quick. So a men's hand size, so it's going to be kind of how this lays out. So that's going to be in comparison to all the different sizes from extra small all the way up. So that's going to be kind of lined up there. So you see it goes to it. If you're going to have a very large hand, it's going to drop off the end. Women's and kids' hand is going to be this size, so most of those are going to be pretty well taken care of for that. So if you know your glove size, you're going to know what will work for you for these knives. But that is going to be the 131H. 131I, so that's going to be the blue micarta, also going to be 14C 28N for these blades, and that's going to be a very good price point for you. So if you have somebody that's getting into the hobby, or if you just like the Hawk, there's going to be so many different variations available to you for this model. And again, that's going to be the Ripley up on the top side. So 131J, you're going to have a black micarta for this material, so that's going to be just, again, different styles. If you do oil it, then it will get quite a bit darker. So when the materials are a little drier, doesn't have that oils in it, that's going to be kind of have this that tinge to it. But once you start using it, it'll darken up with your own oils, what you're cutting with. Otherwise, you can put on some different materials or different oils that you would normally use to take care of your knife. But that's going to be what that looks like for the Hawk, and that's going to be the 131J. So I'm going to put both of these in because the biggest difference is going to be the blade material. So your first one, you're going to have 131K, and then you're going to have 131L. So these are going to be the two here that's going to be in brass. So you have a brass material on these guys, and then they're going to have kind of the orange peel pattern for it. So you're going to either have that satin or the black titanium nitride coating. So that's going to be now the material there. We're also going to be able to see that as far as what that looks like a little bit closer. It's kind of hard to see some of the patterns when you're not right in front of it. So that's going to be that pattern that you're going to have on that material. So we do have that in brass and copper. So the next up is going to be the copper guy. So that's going to be the 131K and L series. This is going to be a little bit heavier than the standard micarta. This is going to be a little bit over 5 ounces, so still lighter than some of the new cell phones out there, but that's going to be what you're going to have for weight. So you're going to have that. So some people care about that, some people don't, but basically that feel of that. Now some people like to have a little bit heavier knife, feels quality, and that's just what they like. They like the material, they like to patina it, they like to do a shipwreck pattern on it. So it's just available for you in those materials, and something that you can check out. So this one also has different handle materials or different hardware. So these are both going to have the black hardware instead of that polished stainless. So they're both still stainless steel, but it's just going to have that black hardware to kind of tie in to that color. Next you're going to have M and N. These are going to be the ones in copper. We'll also change out the Ripley. So this is going to be one that will be out beginning of August. And then we're going to have this next one as a dolphin. That will be out probably in October. So I'll throw that up there to check that out. A little change of scenery a little bit. But this is going to be the same style. So it's going to be 14C28 either in the titanium nitride or going to be that satin type of finish. And then that is going to be a material that's going to be in copper. So that's going to be that orange peel pattern that's going to be on this material. So that's going to be the brass and copper has that type of material pattern on the handles already. And then that will be M131M and 131N. All these are available on the website for QSPknife.com. So if you see one that you like and you're going over to your favorite retailer and they don't have that certain variant that I'm showing you, they are available on the website, so you can purchase it directly from QSPknife.com, fulfilled from Salem, Oregon. And that's going to be what you have for that. So next up we're going to have another Hawk as we're doing Hawks the whole way around. But we're showing off some of the new ones that are coming out within the line too. And so you can have 01 and 02. That's going to be the one with the Micarta. Again, I'm probably saying that incorrectly, but that's going to be what we have here. They are going to be full slab pieces of wood, so it's not going to be a laminate. So this whole piece is going to be the wood slab that is milled. So that is not going to be one that is just a top coating. It's not a pattern that's printed on. So you are getting an actual wood handle for these ones here. And so that's going to be the 01 and 02. So 01, 02. So that's going to be that style, again, in the satin or the black stonewash. Different material on it. So this one going to have the standard material for that regular stainless steel, and this is going to be have black coated. So just again matches up with some of the colorways that's available for it in comparison to that penguin, and also showing off that dolphin that will be out under $100 for a few different handle materials. Probably October for these guys out here. So doing about 3 to 4 models per quarter is what we're going for, and so we have some deviation to that, but that's the goal. I really concentrate on the QSP brand line to see what we can offer you folks. I mean, these go for about $57.98 off the website. We also have free shipping over $30. So that's where you can pick that up, have it shipped to you for no cost, and we'll take care of that for you. But yeah, $57.98 for a wood handle. This is going to be the P1 and P2. So this is going to be in the ebony wood. Also going to be, again, full slabs for these guys. So you're going to have 14C28 for the blade steel, a satin. Also going to have the black titanium nitride coating. And these are going to be the ebony, also a fairly hard wood. So this is going off of elementalhardwoods.com. So just getting some of the information for what the materials are like. It does have the lanyard holes on these, so you actually can pop a lanyard on it, just add something personalization for your knife, and then get that taken care of. This is going to wrap up the budget side of things, and we're going to go into the premium side. Premium is going to have S35 VN for the blade steel, also going to have some Damascus in there, and then you have different handle materials that are more exotic, also just some of them more expensive. So if you like that type of style, we're still going to be under $200. So most of them top out about $160 is kind of be probably the highest we'll run, and that's going to be the retail pricing for you. But let's get into those as we get into the premium lineup of the Hawk. Premium lineup is going to be in this type of box, drawer style. Going to be popping in the knife. So there's going to be what that looks like for premium side of things. So aesthetically it's the same. So if you do like the Hawk already, then you just want to move up to some premium materials. That is definitely available to you. So this is going to be, the first one is going to be the A. So this is going to be 131A. And that's going to be, for this guy, it's a $113.95. So you are moving up range in some of the price points that you have available to you. Still have free shipping on these knives as well. But this material, one thing with QSP that we've kind of brought out some things new. So that's where we keep models around as we want to build them up. But we also do bring out some materials. Like this is one of these carbon fiber patterns that the blade magazines didn't see before we brought it onto the handles. So that's going to be what you see a lot of times. We even have the Damascus, the copper brass for the blades on some of our kitchen knife lineup. But this is going to be what you have here. So same type of steel clip for that. And then you're going to have that carbon fiber. These are also full slab. So now we do have some that are laminations. So like this penguin here is a laminated one. So it still will play with the light, but it's laminated over G10. So that top layer is going to be carbon fiber. This is going to be G10. This is going to be a full slab carbon fiber for this model. And they all are contoured. So you can probably see there. So that's one thing about the Hawk. It is a contoured slab, so it is not going to be just rounded corners. You are going to have some contouring there. So it does add some of that premium feel to the model. And this one is going to be coming out probably October for the Dolphin. And then we're going to move that one out, and we're going to bring in the Collie. And again, this is the one thing nice about these materials. So this is a ceramic coating, so very much resistant to fingerprint smudges, anything like that. So that's going to be one thing that at least I feel is going to be a real standout for the ceramic material. So that's going to be that coating. So that's going to be the Kali, and these are all the new ones from Keanu are under $100 for those models. This is going to be another Cocobolo. Now, so we have the B1 and the B2. B1 is currently sold out on our side, but still would be available on some of the dealer side of things. This is going to be the B2. That's going to be the Damascus and a Cocobolo handle. So just a nice setup for these guys. And then this pattern is one that is very nice as well. So that's going to be the Damascus pattern on the blade. So very nice, very much something that draws your attention, draws your eye. If you like Damascus, that's going to be a really nice setup for this guy. So we started out the premium with the A. This is going to be the C model. So same type of marbled, I call it raindrop carbon fiber for it, but S35 VN for the blade steel, $123.95. So you're going to have great edge retention for these, and then it just will hold up for what you want to do with the knife. Still has liner lock, also going to be thumb stud, and also flipper tab. So either way you want to do it, that's going to be this model here. So premium side of things for that carbon fiber, again full slab for the 131C. And Veerwood is also going to be a hardwood as well, so it's going to be similar to the other models that are out there. So that's going to be the Veerwood and all the different specifications that you have there for that material. But there's going to be just also a nice pattern to it. You can still oil it up a little bit to bring out some of the grain in the wood. But these are going to be full slab ones. Is S35 VN for this material as well. That's going to be, so these are going to be the 131D for this model. And one thing that I may not have spoken to as well is going to be the blade length, so about 3.2 inches for the blade on this guy. So it's going to be a good length that you're going to have and available to use with whatever task you have. This one's going to be the D2. Normally the 2 indicates a black blade. Now some of the models do not, like this one. So this is going to be the Cocobolo handle, and then S35 VN for the blade steel, satin finish. It's kind of a bi-satin. So if you see on the satin finish, some of the lines are going down, and then the other lines are going to be going across. So it's going to be that bi-directional satin finish that are on some of the models. And that's going to be the D2. This one is going to be the E, so it's going to be a shred carbon fiber, so a little bit different than that other one, which is, again, what I call the more raindrop style. It still has that Damascus blade pattern for it. Going to be full slab carbon fiber, right-hand carry for this one here, and that's going to be the one that is available for 131E for this one here. So just a lot of different handle materials, a lot of different blade finishes and blade styles for the Hawk, which is still a very popular model for us. So 131S, there's going to be also that different handle material. So one of the kind of innovations or things that we brought to the table that we hadn't seen with other companies is going to be this carbon fiber with the copper. It's kind of a foil pattern that's inside. So each one of them is going to be a different, it's going to be kind of like a piece of wood. All of them are going to be different styles. We also do have that in aluminum, but there's going to be with the Damascus blade steel, and then we do have one with the S35. So that's going to be the S, and then we have the T. So T is going to be the S35 blade. So that's going to be this pattern. As you see, it's going to be different for even each model. So these two, you're going to always have some different pattern for it with the model that you have. And that's going to be the S35. This one's going to be $152.95. So it kind of tops out where the Hawk is for the materials and then the price point. So it is going to be that still under $200 model, but S35, great material to work with. But that's going to be those two models for the S and the T. I may have jumped up over one of them. So this is going to be the F. That's going to be also the S35. There's going to be that shred carbon fiber for this pattern. So nice setup for the 131F. And then we're looking forward to the August. And we're looking forward to the August setup, so that's going to have some models that I'm looking forward to. This is probably the one that I'm most looking forward to for the next batch. That's going to be the Turtle Punk, based off of a turtle that has a mohawk built of algae. So this is going to be where this one will come out. So that's going to be the Turtle Punk, be out scheduled for August 1st for that model. But we have two more models. So we have the R. There's going to be the aluminum side and also the Q. That's going to be the aluminum foil carbon fiber. So Q is going to have this type of pattern here, and it's going to have that Damascus for it. And then you're going to have the R, which is going to be the S35. So S35, and also that same type of aluminum foil pattern in there. And even for these, also going to be different for each model. So every model you get, these are full slab carbon fibers. So this is not going to be one that is a lamination. So those are going to be the full slab carbon fibers for both models, and that rounds it out now for those, and about $152. So anywhere from $50 all the way up to $152. Roughly, so that's going to be what you have for price point. A lot of different materials for the Hawk, a lot of different things you can pick up. So anywhere from $54.98 all the way up to that $150 range. So we are concentrating on our brand, so we are doing those 4 to 5 models per quarter. We have some exciting things coming out for you folks. We also do have a glide lock for the Canary that's scheduled to come out in October as well. So there's going to be ones that people already own out in the world because they came by and picked some up at the Atlanta Blade Show. So they got some of the prototypes, and those are available and out there. We also had a titanium one. So really cool things happening. Let us know if there's any comments, concerns, questions about QSP. Let us know about the Hawk, what you guys think about that, and then we'll kind of go from there, because we are here to take care of things. We are here to do that quality service price, and also we're looking forward to seeing you guys out there, and I'm glad to hear the stories about people really enjoying their products. Take care.